Most people think ownership changes money. That assumption misses the point. Ownership changes what effort turns into. It changes how time behaves after the effort is spent, and eventually it changes what reality responds to. Money appears later, almost as an after effect. If money is the first thing you notice, you have already misunderstood the process. We are taught to think of effort as something inherently meaningful. Work hard and results should follow. Work harder and more should follow. This belief is comforting. It gives effort a moral quality, but effort is not a moral claim on the future. Effort is simply an input, and most systems forget inputs the moment they stop. This explains something many people feel but struggle to articulate. They are capable, they are disciplined, they are consistent, and yet nothing seems to fundamentally change. They are not failing, they are encountering a structural boundary. Effort works predictably up to a certain point. It improves skill, it increases reliability, it creates visible motion. Then it stops compounding. Beyond that point, additional effort produces diminishing returns. You can do more and remain in the same place. This is not exhaustion, it is not lack of ambition, it is the moment effort reaches its natural ceiling. Ownership begins where effort ends. Every enduring systems divides people in the same way. Some contributions must be renewed constantly. Others continue to operate after the contributor steps away. This difference is not about intelligence or virtue. It is about whether effort is consumed or preserved. If value disappears, when effort stops, you are inside the system. If value persists after effort stops, you are shaping the system. That distinction quietly determines long term outcomes. Most people sense this difference intuitively. They feel the ceiling, so they try to escape it by advancing more responsibility, more authority, closer proximity to decisions. But proximity is not control. Advancement often increases pressure without changing dependency. The system still does not belong to you. The upside still has a limit. This is why success can still feel strangely fragile. You moved higher, but you did not move outside. Ownership is often misunderstood because it is described symbolically: titles, equity, formal structures. None of these defines it. Ownership is simple, unforgiving. Ownership means responsibility for consequences that continue when you are absent. If the thing collapses the moment you stop paying attention, ownership was never present. If it continues ever imperfectly, ownership exists. Everything else is presentation. The early phase of ownership is quiet. Effort goes in, nothing comes back. No feedback, no validation, no external signal that anything is working. This silence is not accidental, it is a filter. Ownership requires the ability to act without reassurance. Most people interpret silence as failure, so they leave precisely when continuation matters most. Once ownership begins to take hold, time changes character. In effort based work, time is consumptive. Each unit spent, each gone. In ownership based work, time becomes accumulative. Past effort continues to exert influence. This is where divergence appears. Two people can apply similar effort. One becomes tired, the other becomes inevitable. From the outside, this looks unfair. From the inside, it is mechanical. People often assume owners are treated differently because of money or status. That is not the cause. The cause is persistence. Systems that continue independently cannot be ignored. Ownership creates that irreversibility, not through force, through continuity. Reality adjusts its behavior accordingly. At some point, an internal shifts occur. It is subtle but permanent. The mind stops optimizing for immediate reward. It starts optimizing For durability, cushions change, not what pays now, what compounds later, not what looks impressive, what survives neglect. Once this shift happens, linear works begins to feel fragile, easily erased. Ownership is rare, not because opportunity is rare. Ownership is rare because temperament is rare. It requires patience without reassurance, comfort with invisibility, a tolerance for delayed meaning. These traits conflict with modern conditioning. Most people are trained to seek constant confirmation that they are progressing. Ownership offers none. There is a popular belief that enough discipline can overcome any limitation. That belief is flattering. It is also incomplete. Discipline improves performance within a framework. It does not redesign that framework. At some point, intensity stops helping. Ownership is not about working harder, it is about choosing a structure where effort is not forgotten. Choosing ownership is a commitment to the future. It assumes continuity across time. It assumes that future versions of you will justify present restraint. Most people prefer certainty now to coherence later. That preference feel safe. It also keeps how trajectories narrow. When ownership begins to work, the first return is not wealth, it is optionality, the ability to wait without panic, that ability to decline without fear, the ability to choose direction instead of reacting. This form of freedom is quite almost uneventful. That is how you know it is real. Most lives are spent refining execution. A smaller number are spent deciding what execution fits into. That single decision determines whether time exhausts you or works in your favor. Ownership does not remove difficulty, it removes futility. It does not guarantee outcomes, it ensures effort leaves a trace. This way of thinking does not belong to motivation culture. It does not reward urgency. It does not promise speed. It belongs to a longer view, a view concerned lesser with intensity and more with structure. That perspective is what the channel is built around. Valdirium is not about shortcuts or outcomes. It is about understanding how systems actually compound and learning how to position effort so time stops erasing it. This is Valdirium.